Hey guys, it's Carnivore Kip. I'm taking y'all on a walk today, but I'm really gonna get personal about my childhood and just something that I haven't really talked much about on my channel, but I figured I'd share it with y'all today because part of this journey and me sharing videos on YouTube is so that you guys can actually get to know me, the real me. And I want to preface anything that I say in this video by saying that I do love my family dearly, and there were lots of circumstances when I was a kid that was out of my parents' control. I grew up in South Alabama and we didn't have a lot of money, and there were things that I wanted to do as a child that I wasn't able to do because honestly my mama and my daddy, they couldn't afford it. So I will say that we ate tons and tons of junk food because a lot of times junk food, it's really cheap and easy to come by. And so I gained tons of weight throughout my childhood. But there was something that I always wanted to do when I was a kid. And I remember one year I got a shotgun for Christmas, or it wasn't Christmas, it was my mama had got her taxes back and she bought me a gun, and I thought I was one step closer to going hunting because every year I was excited to go. I wanted to go hunting, but the thing was my dad couldn't spend the money to get in a hunting club. He had other things that he had to do, and so he couldn't really spend the money to get in a hunting club, So as I was growing up, I always saw other kids go hunting and things like that. And, of course it would bother me because I couldn't go. Now I will say there was one time that I went on the back of a truck at nighttime when I was a teenager. It was like 14 or 13. I think I was 14. And I shot at night. It was definitely illegal, but I shot a 8-point buck off the back of a truck. And I shouldn't have done that, yes, but I guess that was years of not being able to go hunting wound up inside of me, and I done it, and I enjoyed it. But as I got older, I've always wanted to get into hunting because I'm from the South. I love to fish, stuff like that. I wanted to get into hunting, but I never had anywhere to go hunting and couldn't honestly spend the money to get into it. And so as I got older, I started working, and I'm finally able to put back a little bit of cash, and save up money and stuff like that. But now that I'm able to do that, I had gotten so big, so out of shape, I would ask myself, well, if you were to kill a deer, what would you do? How would you get it out of the woods? You're so out of shape. Or what if you have to walk a long way to the shooting house, or walk a long way? You can't climb a ladder stand. You can't climb a tree stand. You're so out of shape. And so I was chained for so long. And I'm still overweight, guys. But I feel so much healthier than I felt whenever I started my carnivore journey. It gets better over time. And while I'm talking about that, I will give y'all a little weigh-in update. I weighed yesterday, and when I stepped on the scale, so backtrack. About 2 weeks ago, I started getting into cheese again. And cheese is like a weakness of mine. So I was having cheese and stuff like that. And things were going good. I felt okay, but I noticed I was getting bloated. Then I started having indigestion, started having just not feeling good at all, guys. And so I let it go along for like a whole week, maybe a week and a half. And then I finally decided, you know what? Don't do that. You don't need to let cheese back in, even though you love cheese, if it's affecting you like this. And the scale actually went up during that time because I felt the inflammation, I felt bloated. So I gained weight. I gained 3 pounds, it said on the scale. So I had went up to 415, but then one day I stepped on the scale and it was up 5 more pounds than that. So it went up to 420 pounds. It was discouraging, so I recommitted and I said, you know what, no cheese. And so I stepped on the scale yesterday and I was down to 410 pounds, which is 2 pounds below my lowest weight this year. So I'm headed back in the right direction. I lost those, how many pounds is that? 8 pounds that I gained. I lost those 8 pounds plus 2 extra pounds, and I'm feeling great, taking it a day at a time, and we're gonna win these battles. So now, since the first time in my life, I feel like I can become a hunter, and I feel like I can do the thing that I always wanted to do. And I wanted to give y'all some amazing news because, well, and I'm gonna try not to cry, but one of my subscribers that has chosen to remain anonymous, they have decided to help me. Because first off, I'll let you know, so I'm part of a Native American tribe here in South Alabama, the Porch Creek Indians, and they have a hunting club way back here, which is not far from my house. They own all this land right here. Okay, so they have a hunting club, and I'm currently saving up money to get in that hunting club. I think it costs $800 or $900 to get in the club. I'm gonna save that money. I'm gonna work on saving that money myself. But one of my subscribers decided to invest in tons of hunting gear for me to help me out. And I mean, they bought a new rifle scope. My wife went with me the other day and bought me a hunting rifle. Or no, she didn't go with me. She said, yes, babe, go get you one. So I went and bought a hunting rifle. It's a 7mm 08. And then my subscriber bought me a nice hunting scope, some binoculars, things like that, a bunch of different little hunting gear accessories, like a boning knife. I still need to get a skinning knife. I still need to get a bunch of different stuff. But all that stuff is a start to something that I've wanted to do since I was a kid. And I'm so thankful for that person. They know who they are. And it's just, it blows my mind that I'm going to be able to hunt this land. Like literally where they check in at the hunting club, I'm almost to where the check-in is, because you can walk to the check-in to go hunting from my house. I'll turn the camera around and show you guys. So the check-in is right here, and I just walked here from my house. This is where they sign in and go way back there at that wood line, and they go hunt at. And you can walk to it from my house because this is the field that I walk. So it's amazing that this is going to become a reality, and one of my subscribers made it happen. So to that subscriber, thank you so much. This is a dream of mine. See, here's the check-in point right here. This is a dream of mine, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen this next hunting season. And see, the good thing is I have this hunting season, or the off season, to buy gear and, you know, save money to pay for my hunting dues and all that stuff. And I have a question for any of you guys or girls that hunt. Y'all give me pointers and tips of things that y'all think I might need, because I've only been hunting in a shooting house like twice in my life, maybe 3 times, and I was a teenager and someone took me on their land. So I don't have all this knowledge on where to go hunting, or not. Well, I need to learn a lot of that stuff too, but I don't have all this knowledge on what gadgets I necessarily need. So if you can think of anything that you absolutely have to have when you go hunting, let me know, because it's gonna help me out tremendously getting started on my hunting journey. And I just got a meat grinder, so I'm gonna, by being in that hunting club, and if I can tag a deer or two, then I can process my own meat and learn that whole process. I have a family member that does it, and I'm sure they'd be willing to help me out to show me the ropes on how to process it with that meat grinder. And of course I'm going to be still using it to process like briskets and stuff like that into hamburger meat, and prime ribs into prime rib burgers and things like that that I will enjoy. But if I can harvest meat myself on the carnivore diet, that would be incredible, to be able to eat food that the land provided instead of just meat that comes out of a grocery store. And if all you got is what come out of a grocery store, I'm not saying that's bad, but we all know that fresh game meat that comes from the wild, or grass-fed stuff, even though sometimes grass-fed meat doesn't taste as good, we know that it's a little bit healthier. I'm not gonna say that it's 10 times healthier and you can't live without it. I'm not gonna say that you're doing bad if you're not eating grass-fed. I'm not that guy. We all have to do this our own way with our own budgets. I know that grass-fed costs a lot of money, and so I don't eat grass-fed. I eat what's in the normal grocery store. But I do know that it is a little bit better. And eating food from the wild would definitely be better. To eat deer, wild hogs, different things like that would be a lot better. So guys, I appreciate all that y'all have done. And to that person that's been on my wish list buying that stuff, I don't even know how to say thank you, because honestly my wife and me were talking, and like, we wouldn't have even went and bought the gun the other day if that person hadn't have bought the scope. When they bought the scope, that's when we were like, that took a huge relief, because that scope was like $425 by itself. Okay, so once they bought the scope, that took a little pressure off of us. We were like, okay, now we don't have to buy the scope at least. So we spent, and the gun was like $600 and something dollars for the gun. So we went and bought that, and it's because of amazing people. You can't tell me that the carnivore community is not amazing, and such a caring group of people that lifts each other up. I've never seen people do this much for other people. I've never seen people care this much for other people, and people that they've never met. I mean, there's people that have like prayed for me. There's people that have just lifted me up, encouraged me, donated to me. Just sent me emails. They've wrote me letters. It sent me packages in the mail, sent me, different notes and birthday wishes and Christmas cards, things like that. I mean, birthday, all kind of stuff. It's crazy. Speaking of birthday, we have a birthday this month in the family. My wife, Mackenzie, she, on March 11th, she'll be, I better get this right. I think she'll be 28. She'll be 28 on March 11th. And boy, I pray I got that right. I'm sure I did. She's born in 96. So I'm so thankful for her. And you might not see another video this weekend because we might be celebrating her birthday. But listen, guys, I'm staying on plan, okay? We're gonna celebrate her birthday, but I need to stay on plan and stick with what I know to do, because I know that it works. I know that you get real results being on the carnivore diet. And I'm not necessarily doing bbbe right now. I was planning to do it 90 days, but about a month and a half in, I started struggling with just doing it. And not because of, and it was some lack of preparation on my part. Of sometimes I would get so busy on, Sunday evening that I wouldn't meal prep for work during the week. So I would stay on plan as far as carnivore goes, but I would have like some chicken wings or something like that. But I don't think that that is the problem. The problem, guys, is carbs and sugar and seed oils. If we can keep seed oils out of our life, if we can stay away from all the carbs, stay away from all the sugar, then for most of us, if you have a little bit of chicken or a little bit of pork or something like that, it's not gonna hurt you. It is an animal, and people have been hunting them for years and years and years. But I do know that I feel my absolute best on beef. So I'm gonna keep eating beef mostly. That's mainly what I eat. But sometimes I get a hankering for some shrimp or some chicken wings or some leg quarters or something like that on the smoker, and I'm not gonna beat myself up if I don't do it. So I'm sorry, guys, that we're excited about me finishing the 90-day challenge, but I guess I flopped on that and made it about a month and a half solid, and I had great results, lost over 30 pounds during that. But and I'm still losing weight right now, even eating like chicken wings or something like that. So guys, I love you guys. Thank you guys for all that you do for me, and just know that my future's getting brighter because of this journey that I'm on, because of the way I'm eating. Documenting these videos is awesome and going on these walks, but mainly it's the health decisions that I'm making, and it's because I've watched other people on YouTube and I've seen their success story. People like Carnivore Quest and my buddy Sean, Intentional Carnivore, and all these other different YouTubers or content creators, whatever you want to call them. I've seen all these guys and I've gotten to know them. Dave from No Carb Life, he just hit 50,000 subscribers, which is incredible. And it's because he's consistent and he really cares about people. Something that some of y'all don't know about Dave. Dave gave me my very first interview. When my channel first started, I didn't hardly know anybody in the carnivore community. Nobody had reached out to me, but Dave did. So yeah, this is all the land, or some of the land, that I'm gonna be hunting this upcoming hunting season. And thank you guys for helping me out with that. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that. Help me out. And if you would, hit the like button. And definitely leave me comments on hunting tips or recommendations if you guys have any. And also, I am on Instagram. It's carnivore_Kip on Instagram. Carnivore_Kip. And then on Facebook, it's just Carnivore Kip. And I'd love to become friends with you, answer any questions that you have. Some people message me on Messenger on there, and as long as it's not spam or anything like that, I try to answer questions just like I try to do in my comment section, because this is a community, and I believe in us all trying to get to know each other and help each other out and lift each other up. Anyway, have a great rest of your day, and God bless, and don't quit moving. I almost forgot to mention that a subscriber also sent some rub that came from, I got the recommendation from Laura Spath. Y'all know her channel. If you don't, go subscribe to Laura Spath like yesterday. She's like one of the best influencers in the carnivore community. She's amazing, her and her husband Chris. But anyway, she mentioned getting this stuff called Greek Freak from Spiceology. And so I put that on my wish list not long ago, and a subscriber sent that to me. And they also sent a mount for my camera, my secondary camera. So thank you for that. I feel like it's a lot more protected now. It's like a metal cage that goes around it. And I did get a couple more cases of LaCroix, the sparkling water, so thank you for that. And there was one more thing that they sent. Oh, they sent me a pillow that is designed for like neck and shoulder support, because y'all know I have a bad shoulder. And so thank you for sending that. That's something that I can use. I think it's called a osteo, osteo, something like that. But it's designed to help my shoulder and my back be in a line. And so far I've slept on it a few nights and it's been amazing. Thank you so much for doing that for me. I really appreciate it.